Hi YouTube, it's Ty, and welcome back to the Tested with Ty channel, the channel where I talk about things that I am testing and the things that are testing me. Today we're not testing anything. My Twisted Lyf TV with Poetry has tagged me in the Take It Back tag, the Take It Back tag. And she was tagged by Mike B, who y'all know I think is just so fine. And anyway, well, I don't know if he's fine. He's very, very handsome because I've only ever seen him from here up, which is something that I had to explain to my fiance when he was asking me, well, what do you like about him? Must be fine, chocolate. Well, he's chocolate. I don't know like what he looks like from here down. He, for all I know, doesn't even have legs. But anyway, he's nice to look at. So Mike B, check him out. Apparently, I guess he's back on his channel. I hadn't been over there in a minute, but y'all know My Twisted Lyf TV with Poetry. I'm always talking about her channel here on this channel. So let me go on and get to it and not waste any time. It's the Take It Back tag, and it's about old school stuff, basically. It's 10 questions, and I'll just read them and answer them. I haven't thought about them ahead of time. I watched her video and then just kind of watched a little something, ate some mint chocolate chip ice cream, and now I'm here recording. Don't tell anybody I ate that ice cream. Okay, so question number 1. Name an old school hip hop and R&B. Name an old school hip hop, R&B, soul, funk, or rock artist, group, song, or band you listen to. So that covers a lot. Old school hip hop artists. There are so many, but I'll just stick with A Tribe Called Quest, and that whole electric relaxation thing they had going on. R&B, Luther Vandross, Luther Vandross or Dross, depends on how you want to say it. There's so much that I could say for R&B. You know, Stevie Wonder. I grew up listening to, you know, a lot of classic Motown sound stuff. Let's see. Let's move on though. Soul and R&B I kind of count the same. A soul singer, Marvin Gaye. It's hard for me to separate soul from R&B, and y'all tell me, am I the only one? Tina Marie, I think she was very soulful. Let's see, funk. Rick James to me is just like the master of funk. Those girls he came out with, the Mary Jane girls. What's his name out of Minneapolis? Morris Day. Very, very funky to me. That's funk music to me. A lot of those 70s bands, late 70s bands too, and they're not coming to mind, but it's funny because I actually do love that kind of stuff. Rock artists, y'all know, I think I've told y'all before, I think I've told y'all the first poster I ever had in my room when I was in 6th grade was Guns N' Roses. Love Guns N' Roses. Oh my God, Appetite for Destruction, everything about it was sick to me. Welcome to the Jungle, like that's just like a hard ass way to come out and be somebody. Let's see here. School rock. Well, you know, there's a lot of rock music that I like, but Guns N' Roses, like that was my favorite, you know, back then. Just like rock, you know. Then I kind of went into the grunge and you know, alternative rock scene, but whatever. Let's see here. Have you ever attended or thrown a house party and or block party? Never been to a block party. I have attended some house parties when I was younger, high school and then college house parties. I've thrown house parties in my adult life, but they're very subdued. I don't think that they're like exactly what Poetry's talking about when she says house party. Like it's not like a lot of music and stomping around and dancing and all that, you know. Like I like to throw a party at my house, but like game night, you know, people want to bring something to drink, and my house parties are more about the excellent food that I prepare and the great company that I have, and just kind of chilling and enjoying, you know, as I got older, right? Let's see here. Have you ever owned a record player? Yes. And or cassette tape Walkman? Yes, both. Yeah, and also, you know, we had the big gray jukebox, like, you know, that people will help, like Radio Raheem in whatever that movie was, Do the Right Thing, that took like 15,000 D batteries, and that lasted like for 30 minutes, and then you need to spend like another $80 on batteries, like every, you know, 12 minutes you use the thing. So yeah, all of those things, yes. Let's see here. What was your favorite corner store snack and or candies as a child? As a child, I was big on Funyuns as a snack. My candy, always been a big fan of peanut M&Ms, and for some reason, whatchamacallit, and even now, every now and then I'll still eat, you know, a whatchamacallit, but I think that I just like saying it, and I like, you know, telling my dad that I wanted a whatchamacallit. So I think that was kind of more so the thing there. Let's see here. My high school mascot was also my college mascot, Cardinal. In high school, I was a Bel Air Cardinal, and I always did dance and cheer since 6th grade, and so it was very fun dancing and cheering for the losing ass Cardinal football team. It is what it is, right? Let's see here. Name a show or shows you couldn't go without watching as a child. I would say in the summers, the Monkees. I was such a big fan of the Monkees, and it was a silly show, but I really liked their music, and to this day, I guess you could throw them in the first question. I guess that they'd be considered a rock band of the 60s. I still love listening to their music, and you know, they would usually play their song. They would be doing some like sped up scene where they're running around from some person or whatever. But yeah, I was a big fan of the Monkees in the summertime, and that came on after Gidget, and I enjoyed Gidget, but I liked the Monkees a lot better. What else did I have to see? I was a big fan of Jim and the Holograms. Jim is truly outrageous to me. But those weren't things, like, I didn't just like have to see them, but like I really enjoyed them. But when I was a teenager, that's when I started getting into shows like that I felt like I had to see, and Beverly Hills 90210 was like the first show that I just remember being like, you know, glued to the TV, like, is Donna Martin gonna graduate? Like, I needed to see Beverly Hills 90210. I needed to see what the fuck was going on with Brenda, Brandon, Dylan, Kelly, Donna, you know, the whole gang. I needed to know. It was very important to me to be caught up on 90210, and we would talk about it at school, you know, with my girlfriends, and yeah, like that was major. Like I had to see it. So I wasn't like a little kid, but I was still a child in high school, like, you know, a young adult or whatever. So let's see. Have you ever used a payphone? Yes. I'm 42 years old. Yes. And mainly, I just remember being like young and using a payphone to call my mom to come pick me up, or my dad to come pick me up. Like when I was younger, up until, I think, I don't remember when they tore Astroworld down now. Now it seems like a lifetime, but a lifetime ago. But growing up in Houston, the theme park that we had was Astroworld. And, you know, like to go there and like with a group of friends or whatever, then you get on the payphone, hey mom, you know, we're at the gate, or, you know, we're getting ready to leave in 30 minutes, can you come pick us up? So again, we go to the payphone. But yeah. So yeah, I've used the payphone. I've used my share of payphones in my life. Let's see. What games or activities did you play with your neighborhood friends, cousins as a child? In the neighborhood, our street was so super fucking lit, and my childhood was everything. We had a really great street, a really racially diverse street that we grew up on. And we just had fun. Like the summers I loved because like even our parents would come out with us. They would play kickball with us, volleyball on the street, you know, till late at night. Let's see, we would play this game called Four Squares, like where like, you know, the lines were like kind of drawn in the street. I don't know if this is something that's like really a thing, or if this is just something we made up, but I don't really hear people talk about it. So, you know, we get in the street and just like it was basically like the ball can only bounce in your square one time before you have to hit it to someone else. Hopscotch, jumping rope, double dutching, you know, like learning to double dutch was ridiculous. Learning to jump rope while the like to jump in while the rope was already turning, that was like ridiculously hard, but something that I learned to do, like, you know, on my street playing with the kids I grew up with. We would play football, kickball, you know, we were like really active, always outside, you know, after school, as long as the weather was good. You know, we went to go play outside for a while, and then all summer long, like, we were just outside, like, all the time. But we played a lot. Let's see, who was your childhood best friend? Like poetry, this is varied. So I guess the cutoff for childhood is high school. But in elementary school, up until 6th grade, which was my first year of middle school, it was a girl named Jessica, and she, you know, would come over to my house for sleepovers. I was never allowed to go to her house, and then looking back, like, I understood why. I'm like, oh, that neighborhood is kind of rough. Like, you know, I never, and, you know, like, when you're a kid, you don't think about those kinds of things, but, like, you know, where we would drop her off, like, once I got older and, like, you know, would drive around Houston on my own, like, oh, like, this is really not a good side of town. I guess that's why my parents, you know, like, you kind of understand why your parents said what they said when you become an adult. So she was my friend, and then when we got in middle school, it was like a separation. It was like she became black people cool, and I was white people cool, and I wasn't cool enough for her, down enough for her, so she, like, just basically started fucking me off, you know, like, oh, whatever, and, like, she was embarrassed to tell her friends in the hood that she was friends with me or whatever, so fuck her. And then I had two girls who I consider my very close friends, like, from 6th, 7th grade on into adulthood. One was Maya, one was Nicole, and Maya and I actually stopped speaking over the girl who is currently my best friend to this day, a girl who I met in college. She was jealous of her. Maya was jealous of a lot of my friends, and she ran off a lot of my friends, and I mean, like, from the time that I met her in middle school until high school, like, she just did not, she was very, it was beyond protective of me, and it was something that I didn't notice, that my mom noticed and that my middle sister noticed, but they were just like, you know, this girl is a little obsessive with you. So anyway, but we were friends. Our birthdays were 1 week apart. We would celebrate our birthdays together. When I was in college, I came back home to Houston to celebrate her birthday with her. Her parents had my name on the cake. They put both of our names on the cake, which was strange because it wasn't like 100% certainty that I was going to be in town. And but yeah, her parents would always say, like, wow, you're like the only friend of hers who still comes around. Like, they would, like, do anything to keep me around just because, like, we just need Maya to have some friends. And so whatever. And I understood. I kind of got it. But when she disrespected the girl who's my friend now, like, we came back from Europe to go straight to a club to celebrate her birthday, and she was so rude to my friend. And my friend held her tongue. My friend has a mouth on her. She held her tongue, bought her drinks that night, and all this stuff, but she was still very rude to my friend, and when I called her out on it, she didn't like it. So I told her, you know, this isn't going to work. Like, I can't believe that you're so disrespectful to someone who means so much to me and who came there with me to celebrate your birthday with you. And so we stopped talking. Now, Maya, the girl who I'm talking about, her father passed away after I said that I wouldn't be her friend anymore. But when she let me know that, I did attend her father's funeral out of respect for the friendship that we had before. So that's that. But yeah, because like I said, we were friends from 7th grade onto adulthood, very close. Let's see. The last question, you guys. This is going to be a short video. Show a throwback picture. Let me see here. I'm reading it. Of yourself, preferably an embarrassing one. Y'all know, like, I have been, you know, G my whole life, so, like, I don't really have embarrassing pictures. Psych. Okay, so what I'm hoping that I will find, is a picture. There are actually 2 pictures that I have, is, like, clearly from the spring of 1998. Why did I know that? Because that's when I pledged my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta, when I was made. I was made at Lamar University in Beaumont, Texas, 1998. And late 90s, everything about our line was soldier this, soldier that. It was that whole New Orleans thing, no limit soldiers, yada, yada, yada. And I just thought, I guess I was the hardest thing on campus, y'all. I'm a Delta now, ooh, and I'm hard and I'm bad and I'm tough and I'm badass. And so like I just have these two pictures from the weekend after we crossed over. We were like all red, our colors are crimson and cream, red and white or whatever, and we were all just decked out red, and we're getting ready to go, to a fraternity party, and we're getting ready, y'all, everybody's gonna know whatever. And so like we're just getting ready at one of my line sisters' house, this little house that two of my line sisters were renting together. They were roommates, and so like we just made that the spot where we would meet before we went to the party. And I'm just like looking all whatever. So I'm gonna find that picture, and that's what I'll post for my throwback picture for this what is it, throwback tag? No, the take it back tag. Now Poetry tagged me. She told me on Twitter. She added me. I don't think that she put it in her video. I didn't notice it if she did, and I watched her whole video. But I'm going to tag my friend, my Libra, my fellow Libra, MrChalaki. I don't know why I'm going blank. I'm going to tag MrChalaki for this video. I'm going to tag Tammy Minda for this video because I think that her answers are going to be a little bit different, especially with the music. I'm going to tag Bearded Yakin for this video because I'm interested in some of his past. He shared some very intimate things with us here on this channel. And I am also going to tag Jersey Kickboxing because he's brand new here on YouTube, and I think that maybe a tag might help, get some things out there for him. Anybody else I want to tag? I guess that's enough. So okay, that's who I'm gonna tag with this video. I hope that my answers were interesting enough. This was fun, and it gets me back into the mode of recording and editing, which is something that I hate. And I'm trying not to be a lazy YouTuber, but I just really enjoy streaming. But I needed to record stuff. Like I have so many things in here I have to review, like it's ridiculous, and I will. But thank y'all for hanging out with me for the Take It Back tag. Thank you Poetry for tagging me. Thank you Mike B for tagging Poetry. And let's just keep it going, y'all. Let's see what people are gonna be talking about. And you know what? And I'm gonna tag a channel that's bigger than mine. I also want to tag DC KOOLAID and Lisa, and I'm gonna throw it out there. I don't know if he'll do it, but I'm gonna throw it out there. James Cox. Let's see what happens. Okay, so boom, there we have it. I will see you guys later. Thanks. Love you. Mwah, 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 mwah.